Hey there, everybody. This is Silk. We are doing Operation A View to a Kill. This is turn 17, Commonwealth. This game's getting pretty dicey here. It is on end turn, so the game could end this turn. If it does, it likely is going to be an Axis victory. The Brits and the Americans kind of had the options to force a tie, but I don't think we want to. They kind of uses a bunch of units we don't want to use for that, and so I think we're going to take our chances. We'll see if Hambone agrees, but he and I had a chat earlier, and I think that's where he kind of is at as well. So yeah, I think you're likely to see an endgame roll here. Points are 7 Axis, 6 Soviet, 5 for the Allies. We are still struggling, but we're trying to bring up the rear here. We do have a pretty decent money advantage, so if we can exploit that long enough, we will get to turn the tables on our opponents here. So that's what we're going to try to do. All right, with our purchases, with Great Britain here, we got 51. We're going to save 10 for some diplomatic maneuvers. We're going to buy a fighter for 10. We're going to lend-lease an AA gun for 4. We're going to buy a medium armor for 6. Then 6 for 2 infantry. 14 for 2 attack transports. That leaves me with 1. For Anzac, they're going to get, or not Anzac, FEC, they're going to get a medium bomber. By 2 Turkish. So 11 plus 8 is 19. So that leaves them with 2. And Anzac, as they're wont to do, is going to lend lease a tactical bomber. That costs 11, leaves them with 3. That's going to the KMT. The AAA is going to go to Turkey, just so as a quick little note for folks. All right. Kind of at those turns where tech starts to not mean anything, but still have 2 techs at stage 2, so you never know. So let's see, proof construction, heavy armor, logistics. All right, proof construction out of 7. That's a 6, we miss. Heavy armor out of 7. That's an 8, so I'm pretty sure that's stage 3, so that might be nice. And the logistics also at an 8. And a 10. So we get on the board for logistics, we get heavy armor to stage 3, and proof construction continues to vex us. So we do got a couple of fights we need to get going on here. I want to point something out to you guys here. So this right here, right, I think so, yeah. This is Portugal Timor. Is the headquarters of the Lisbon Fascist Council that has been vexing us for some time. We had dispatched the Anzac forces to remove them. They have been woefully incapable of doing so. We're somewhat hopeful that the Americans would take care of the problem. They just sailed right past it. Apparently, the forces there are quite hard to find. Something about a secret base underneath a volcano with laser defenses. I don't know. That's just the reports we're receiving. What we have learned from our MI6 agents is that the core means that the Lisbon Fascist Council has been using to avoid us is a funding mechanism that has been coming from the Republic of Iran. Apparently they have fell under the sway of the Fascist Council of Lisbon some time ago. This is a situation we simply cannot tolerate. Therefore, we shall expend our 10 IPP and declare war on the Republic of Iran and liberate them from the clutches of the fascists of Portugal. A medium armor will move from Maharashtra to southern Iran. Medium armor and 2 infantry will move from southern Iraq into southern Iran. the airborne and the Gurkha that are in northern Iraq. Move into Azerbaijan. This air transport here in Lower Egypt will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop off this airborne into northern Iran. You're starting to run out of UK roundels. That is a good sign. And our planes. 2 fighters go from Lower Egypt to southern Iran. 2 fighters from Maharashtra go to southern Iran. Medium bomber from Maharashtra goes to southern Iran. Our other attack is a little more risky. Try to see if we can get lucky and take care of these guys in Borneo here. We've got a FEC airborne here in Siam, so it's just 1, 2, 3, and they get dropped off with this air transport. This fighter will join them from the carrier from I-13, as will the 3 fighters from Siam. They're all in Borneo. This transport pick up the 1 British infantry off of Sumatra, move to P-59, drop them off with support from this heavy cruiser acting as a bombard, and my carrier will move in to act as a catch one of the planes. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1 more bomber. And my medium bomber here in Anzac bomber. 1, 2, 3. So it has 3 movement left. So 1 bombard, 2 infantry, 1 of which is an airborne, 4 fighters, medium bomber. And that, I believe, is all of our combat moves. Don't have any rating to do. That dude's got to move. Those guys got to move. All of that is non-combat shenanigans. All right, so that's all we got. Just 2 fights. Well, the dice are a little more like the way they treated me last turn and not the way they treated me 2 turns ago. Okay. Let's start with Iran. That one should be pretty quick here. I have 4 fighters and a medium bomber. So 4 6s and a 7. Only 1 hit. Man, that's great. 1 hit. 2 5s from my medium armor. There's 1 more hit. I only need 1 left. Unfortunately, they gotta be 1s. I've got just the 2 infantry, right? Oh, I've got the 2 Gurkhas. Gosh darn it. Supposed to have 2 Gurkhas in there too. Hope you guys are okay with that. The Gurkhas came from Punjab. 2 infantry. That's a 7, not 1. And then 2 Gurkhas at 2. This is good. So at least that's fine. He's got 3 at 4. That's at least 1 hit. That kills an infantry. All right. 4 fighters. Medium bomber. Needing 1 hit. Wants me to like 4. 3. Plenty hits. 2 armor. Nothing. He's got a guy at 4. He gets a 1. He gets hit. I want to keep the British dudes, so I will lose a Gurkha there. Take it with 1 Gurkha, 1 infantry, 2 medium armor. All right, my other fight in Borneo. I have a bombard at 2. I have 4 fighters and a medium bomber. This is going to look pretty similar. Hoping for 3 hits. 5, 2, 3. All right. So we got our 3 hits. We'll roll the other 2 just in case. The red will be the 2. Nothing. All right, we got our 3 hits. All right, he's got 2 militia at 2s and an infantry at 4 for the red. 3, 8, 11. Got away with it. Well, got stung a bit in Iran, but won the other one pretty nicely. Now we can get to our non-combat moves. Those guys are all gone. All right. Medium armor. Way down here in Rhodesia. Rails all the way to Syria. That uses 1 of my African rail and my Midwest rail, I guess I should say. Infantry from Transjordan moves to Syria. From here, we'll take both infantry from Italian Somaliland, come up 1, 2, drop them off here in Syria, and then we're going to go into port here in Lower Egypt. This submarine goes from M9, comes down to I-5. Cruiser moves from I-4 to I-5. Destroyer moves from I-4, 1, 2, 3. Join the fleet in P-59. Anzac fighter lands on that carrier. All of my other planes go back to Siam. The airborne in Calcutta rails to Siam. Air transport in northern Iran lands in Maharashtra. Medium bomber, 2 fighters land in Syria. 2 other fighters land in Lower Egypt. Seaplane in Aden flies all the way down to South Australia. Just don't have enough money to do all the things I want to do. I had 50 IPPs, still didn't do all the things I wanted to do. All right, 2 regular transports, Anzac transport. Oh, I gotta place the Lend-Lease armor from the U.S. there. So the 2 infantry off of Ireland, the 2 infantry from, what is this? Northern England, the 2 medium armor in Northern England. All goes 1, 2, 3, goes into port here in Northern Norway, dropping off 4 infantry, 2 medium armor. That'll free up our American friends. Have a little fun. Oh, I got a fighter I want to move. What do I want to do with him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can go with him. So fighter will fly from Northern England to Northern Norway. Give us some options there. I'll move. I'm fine where they are. Never mind. Like, isn't much to do with any of those units, unfortunately. Unless I'm willing to put a transport down there, there's not a lot I can do with them. I'm going to do the French turn and then do all my placements, and we'll get a recap. French don't have a whole lot to do. Destroyer chases the carrier. Alright. This transport here in the Red Sea picks up this infantry from French Somaliland and this mechanized. French. Seriously, out of French max? Are we spread him that far? I don't see how. I must have put him somewhere. These 2 guys come up and get dropped off here in Syria. And then the French transport goes into port here, also in northern. The French medium bomber will travel to Syria. The Foreign Legion, travels to Syria. Oh, we'll do that just to make life easy. We'll rail the mechanized from Nubia to Syria. That'll let me keep my stack together. The self-propelled artillery and the mechanized that was in Sudan moves to Nubia. So the mech that was in Nubia went to Syria, and then these two guys that were in Sudan came here. 3 French fighters stay. I moved the destroyer. Moved medium bomber. That's all my French units. I think France has $4. Presuming they do, they buy a 4 Legion, and he will get placed here in Obangu Shari. Meanwhile, for Britain, this AAA gets Lend-Lease to Istanbul. The fighter and the armor both go in Lower Egypt. One of the infantry gets placed in Siam. The other infantry gets placed in Rhodesia. And the 2 attack transports get placed in I-5. For the FEC, 2 Gurkha go in Punjab. Medium bomber goes in Calcutta. And the tactical bomber Anzac leaves here, this nice safe port here in P70, and then just works its way up and gets to Kwangtung, where I'm sure the KMT can use that to have some fun. All right, cash. So we gained 5. We were at 41. That puts it as 46. We saved 1, so that's 47. And then we collect 5. So that should be 46. 1 is 47. 5, 52. So I've got UK at 52 to spend for next turn. Anzac had 2, collects 15. They go to 17. Anzac had 3, collects 7, goes to 10. All right. Let's get to work here. Home islands are getting a little naked. I think we have to build some more dudes here. All right. In London, 7 militia. We'll move 1 over. 3, 6. 6 militia London, 1 infantry, 3 AAA, and an infantry or militia in southern England. I've got a militia and a mountain in northern England. I think along with 2 Americans. I'm not sure. Did you move those? 1, 2. I'll have to check that. I'm not sure if those 2 guys are there. Because mostly the same, 5 infantry militia in Gibraltar, militia in French Morocco, northern Algeria, Tunisia. Algeria's 3 infantry, Tunisia's 2, Tripoli's 1, Cyrenaica's 1, Western Egypt's 1, Lower Egypt's 4. Aden's 1, Rhodesia's 1. Aden's got a militia. Here in I-5, I've got 2 attack transports, a destroyer, and 2 transports, submarine, and a cruiser. Syria's become a bit of a mess. 4 infantry, 4 British infantry, a French infantry. Oh, this Frenchman needs to move, right? No, he doesn't, because I can transport him. He's fine where he is. 4 British infantry, 1 French infantry, 1 French Foreign Legion, 2 French mechanized, 2 British fighters, British medium armor, British medium bomber, French medium bomber. Lower Egypt, 4 British infantry, 1 French infantry, 1 medium armor, 1 French mechanized, 3 French fighters, 3 British fighters. Nubia's got a French self-propelled gun and a French mechanized. Iran is a Gurkha. I think I have an FEC colors now. I did work to paint some more. I do. Starring Gurkhas, man. Just going through them. Gurkha, British infantry, 2 British armor. Azerbaijan's got a Gurkha and an airborne. Northern Iran's got an airborne. Maharashtra's got a transport. Calcutta's 2 FEC infantry, a militia, medium bomber. Siam is five Gurkha, Anzac infantry, British AA, FEC AA, FEC airborne, 3 fighters, I believe an American medium bomber, Anzac medium bomber, British transport, American strat bomber. Malaya's got the 5 Gurkhas in the AAA. Slight audible. This British infantry and coach in China is going to go into Siam. This FEC infantry in Anam Tonkin is going to come down to coach in China. And we'll put the Anzac guy there too, just in case. All right. So coach in China is FEC infantry, Anzac infantry. And then Siam itself is the 5 Gurkha, 2 British infantry, the 2 AA guns, FEC airborne, militia, and then all the planes. Borneo is FEC airborne, British infantry. The fleet in P-69 is a fighter from Anzac, light carrier, destroyer, heavy cruiser, transport, French destroyer. And I believe that is everything. No changes in Anzac. Just leave them alone. I don't think they're ever going to do. Oh, that's not true. Nope. Sorry. Seaplane. Seaplane here in South Australia. Try to tell that submarine to go away. Everything else in Anzac's the same. I think that's it. Hopefully the game's not over. Commonwealth, 52 income. We're pretty proud of that. I don't know that we're going to get possibly any higher than that, but we're pretty proud of it. So that's it. Hopefully I'll see you guys for an end of turn wrap up and not an end of game wrap up. And we'll see you guys in a few days. Take care, everybody.